Hello, and welcome to FEMpower You, the podcast series where we discuss topics to help empower women professionally, personally, and financially. I'm your host, Sibongile Ngako, and on today's episode, I'm super excited to be joined by Kate Hartsong. And how can awareness and mindfulness begin to help women build higher self-esteem and confidence?
In some ways, I think awareness and mindfulness is number one.
Interesting.
For example, I will share this. From when I was a child, I always said to myself, I am stupid. I am stupid. That was my mantra. And I beat myself down even more and more with that negative self-talk. Well, it becomes such habit. We don't always know what we're saying to ourselves.
Right.
But the key is mindfulness and awareness. I have found with myself and my clients, when we have an awareness and we're observing ourselves, this is where real change can begin to happen. So, for example, if I say I am, which I never do this anymore, but if I say I am stupid, but I'm in a place of awareness, why did I say that to myself? Well, don't beat yourself up for putting yourself down. Simply be in a place of awareness and then replace it with a positive thought.
Yes.
You know, for example, I might say, I am doing the best I can. I am, or another one which I love is, even though I made a mistake, I am still okay. So you can't replace that thought unless you're in a place of awareness.
Yes.
So mindfulness around our self-talk is key. Mindfulness and awareness also around our body. How do I feel? Do I feel nervous and perhaps a knot in my stomach when I'm around a certain person? Awareness is key to realize, why is this person triggering me? And then that's where inner work comes in. Be gentle with yourself, be kind and compassionate, and recognize, there's something for me to learn here. When we do that and we're successful, and we have the willingness to do it, which will help lead to success, we actually will build our confidence. It's going to offer us a brick, like one brick at a time. It's going to accumulate, and we'll recognize, I am successful with being able to, for example, not have that negative self-talk so often. So whatever the situation is, having mindfulness around it, this will help build our confidence when we can replace, for example, the example I'm giving of the negative self-talk. As we replace with positive self-talk, this will bring our confidence and self-esteem higher, because there's so much power with the brain and how we talk to ourselves. So kind of a long answer to that question.
So many good golden nuggets there. And I'd love to drill down on some of them. I love that you incorporate into mindfulness, which frankly escaped me for a long time, body awareness, because I think it was a challenging thing to understand really for me, how I could practically apply mindfulness and what it meant to really have that awareness. And I think what did help me is, how's my body feeling? What are my shoulders doing? Is my heart palpitating? Do I have that knot in my stomach? And those felt like very tangible things to focus on that I could immediately become aware of and go about finding techniques to moderate and regulate, whether it's slow breathing or songs. I have like a song that I when I feel uptight or nervous, there's a song that I anchor to in my mind, and that automatically calms me down. So it's almost as if all of that, of course, is being triggered by your mind, all of those bodily reactions, those, flight or fight reactions. But focusing on the body almost has that reverse effect if you find the right tools of calming the mind and getting to mindfulness. And then just amazing to me these lies we tell ourselves, the self-talk. I've read, and it's funny, I've talked about it several times this week, the Four Agreements or works like that. I personally love the teachings of Don Miguel Ruiz. And what was really illuminating is that so much of what goes on in our mind is not reality. It's belief systems that have been passed down to us or that we've developed as a survival mechanism in early childhood. It is negative self-talk, things that we tell ourselves we really believe are true, but they're literally lies that we tell ourselves. And when we start to apply the mindfulness that you were talking about and that awareness and start to parse out, wow, that's just a lie. That's literally a lie that my mind is trying to sell to me. You really do see how 80-90% of the things that go through your mind are actually not real. They're just negative beliefs that you've superimposed on your own mind. And a lot of that inner work, I imagine, is shedding yourself of those negative beliefs.
Absolutely. And it's key to know the more we say something, whether it's a positive or negative words, the more we say it, the more it literally, physically in the brain gets ingrained.
Right.
There are grooves in the brain. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, neurons that wire together. So the physical neurons in the brain, the physiology behind our self-talk, it greatly affects it. And so the more we say something, the more we think something, the more we focus on something, the bigger it gets. So this is why I'm so excited, because it's called neuroplasticity. Sometimes I can't pronounce that word, but anyway, it's powerful to know that, because like you mentioned, the conditioning from childhood, yes, or even during our adulthood, the conditioning by repeating certain phrases or having certain beliefs. The good news is it can be undone.
That's right.
So for me, I had a lot of shame. I didn't think I was worth anything. I thought I was a mistake when I was a child. So I have actually been able to undo that by having positive words, as well as a lot of personal work and development, and many years ago, psychotherapy. But the point is, the brain can change, and we can condition to a new life.
That's right. And what I got earlier, but also you brought it up for me again just now, is that it's one thing to try to get away from negative self-talk or other kinds of toxicity, but you have to replace it with something. And I think that's the challenge that folks often find. They're trying to, they have that awareness, and they know they need to change and to get away from those habits, because really that's what they are, but they don't realize that they also have to replace those negative habits with positive ones. So instead of the negative self-talk, it's positive affirmations or positive self-talk. And so you kind of need both sides of the coin, the awareness as well as replacing it with things that are more positive.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so true. And also to keep in mind that we can make change. It'll be so much easier when we're in a place of awareness and mindfulness.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Great.